is now over, and we're into the after hours segment of the program. So for those thinking that they're wanting to hang out for the main meeting and want to pop off, you can pop off now. Otherwise, you can hang out in the after hours. Just ask that you turn your video cameras on and not just lurk in the background and be a part of the discussion.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Mark he just almost just flabbergasted me because I was going to cut this piece of wood completely different. And I'm looking at it right now. And my God, I could see. My God. I mean, where did this all start? Dane, you started this with this little piece of thin wood. You're the one that
You know what?
started.
I'm starting to take offense. This y'all are insinuating that I'm a bully.
You're a bully.
Yeah.
But that was that piece of wood that you showed. That's how we got started on this subject. Yeah, or where to make a bowl
Yeah, I know.
and make
Right.
the size.
Yep, I hear you.
What's that?
Okay, let me.
Sound.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yep.
we can hear you, Mark. Go back to
Gotcha.
you.
Okay. Let me just show this here right here. Okay, so now I've tapped this photo, and now what do I do?
And you
Now
hit
you gotta
share.
Then I hit what?
share.
It should be in the share screen.
Oh,
So you have to, if I share, once you hit share, you bring up your Google Drive, your photos, whatnot. And then when you pick the photo, when you tap on the photo, it should share for everybody, just like I just shared that photo.
okay.
Oh, and then
I've got a picture of all these.
and then here, if I choose a
No.
different photo, there's a different photo. So once you're in the share screen, find the photo, click the photo,
Oh,
and
okay.
it automatically shares.
Mark, if you can email it to me readily, I can pull it up on my end
Okay.
if that's what you want to do.
All right, I'll try that.
Okay.
Let's all right, let me see if I can email that to Dane Chandler. All right. Let me struggle just a little bit more.
Okay.
No worries.
Just let me struggle and I'll get back to you when I get it all set up. But here's what I'm trying to do is maybe I can set up a little program. I learn how to do this share stuff. And what I'll do is I'll take you through some photos of some things that I do with wood that is different, right, than the normal turners do. They either cut it lengthwise or cross grain, you know.
Right.
But the object of how you present stuff, right, to people, the way I'm very successful is people see stuff from me that's different than anything else at the show. The rule of success is if everybody does something a certain way, there's a reason not to. Right? Because the only thing that changes capitalism and mankind is when somebody comes up with a new idea.
Right.
So if you have something different at a show than the other vendors, right, then you are very successful, right? If you do the same thing that everybody else does, right,
That's socialism and communism.
then you're mediocre, right? Anyway, I'll do that. I'll set up, I'll get schooled with somebody, but let me send you, let me just go ahead and work the meeting and I'll
Yeah,
see if
okay.
I'll see if I can get you some,
I texted my email address to make it easier for you
okay.
if you
All
didn't
right, well,
have it.
go ahead with the show and I'll play with my
Okay.
phone here a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm an old
Nah, no
man,
worries.
but I've got a lot of experience in doing what I do because I've cut wood all my life. You know, I owned Atlanta Tree Trimmers. I know how to harvest wood. You know, I know how to cut wood, specialty to bring out what you want to bring out in the wood, right? And it's not just the same, you know, end grain or side grain routine. Anyway, go ahead and I'll stand here, I'll work, and I'll see if I can work this out here.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you for your
All right.
patience, everybody, with me.
Hey, we always we are always abiding when it comes to you, Mark.
Yeah.
Don't want to miss those little nuggets of knowledge that you drop on us because, like you said, you have them and you're doing what Eddie wanted with this group, which is sharing it and allowing others to learn it that don't know it, which is the majority of folks. So, um, just staying with the mission statement, right? So
Yeah,
what's for lunch, Cade, or dinner there, Cade? McRibs?
No, no. I'm having chicken salad on crackers and cheese and beer.
There you go.
I didn't want to heat up the house with the oven and make a big shindig of cooking because everyone else in the house is sleeping. So we had lots of food here. We didn't have bread though. So I found crackers and I got 10 crackers with a pile of chicken salad on them.
There you
Looks
go.
like good cheese.
Yeah,
looks
and
like good cheese.
some good old aged cheddar. So that'll
My
do.
favorite.
Right? Not that soft, mushy stuff.
Yeah, not the soft stuff, but yeah, it'll hit the spot just right. So
Right? Only thing missing there is some smoked herring.
hmm
Terry, have you made any new light shades lately? I know you haven't showed any.
No, I got a whole bunch of pieces in there that I didn't get quite right. And I wanted to pierce them, but I never got the right piercing tools and didn't put the effort in them. I made I blew one up and then I saved a couple more. Everybody was telling me to use scrapers, which I'm still scared of. And it happened. I'm not very good with those things.
It's all good.
Getting better. I just don't have a good one is probably the thing, and I'm so cheap to buy new tools.
Yeah.
Most of them are homemade.
it's
You know,
better
you can
than
take it.
collecting tools that you don't need, like many of us
Right.
do.
Yeah. You know what? You could make it. I bet you could make a piercing tool out of a file. Take your round file and then put that on the grinder.
You can, but files are so brittle, you want to be really careful with them. They break pretty easy.
True.
They're so hard, they're brittle.
True,
True.
but you're only piercing.
Yeah. I break
As
everything
long as
anyway.
you're as long as you're not piercing 1 inch material. then we'd be calling that drilling.
No, I got a real nice one, and I turned it with a light, and I thought I had it really nice, and by the time the moisture got out of it the next day, very little light's coming through it.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
I still got quite a. I don't have any that are perfect, but I got some that I like. This one that's on the table I like, but it's still got one ring in it where I got a little too tight. I don't know if you can see it. Where is
No,
it?
not yet.
Oh, you can't see it, huh? So
No,
the
we're still
camera's
looking
over
for you.
here. I
There we
can't
go.
see it.
Now we can see
I
it.
can't. Oh yeah, you see it, but it's got one ring in it where I skinned it too thin, but I still like it. It's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I'm
Nobody
still
else
looking
knows
for
the
that
difference.
perfect. I'm still looking for that perfect piece. Been looking for it for about 25 years. I ain't found it yet.
Right? Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but pretty much self-taught anyway. So probably learned more on this meeting than I learned in all the other time. I didn't really belong to a couple of clubs and we have a few demonstrations, but yeah, mostly self-taught.
Right.
But there's some good education in this club.
Yeah, there
I
is.
don't hardly pick up a tool without thinking about Mark and turning it and seeing how I'm cutting with it. And one thing that I did get taught that I really always show people when I'm doing something is when I pick up a tool, I like to show them and turn the lathe by hand and show them how I'm approaching the tool and how it's cutting in the different ways that it cut without even just spinning it just with my hand,
Right, without
so
any
they can
force.
see how I'm shearing it off instead of scraping it off.
Right.
But
Yeah, that's why I always do
everybody,
that whenever I do a demo here for well, it's the only time I do a demo is here. But that's why I always show that. If it's sharp and you're presenting it correctly, you're gonna make a good proper cut.
yeah. And then
You know,
it's
you don't
hard to
need to
teach a
miss.
lot of people. Sometimes you show them and they still want to come in with a tool and they're using a bowl guards, but they're scraping with it. They're holding it flat.
Right.
And
Yep.
and it's hard to get your arm down. Turn it down.
Right. Right. Raise your damn tool rest. Well, I was on center.
Yeah.
Now I just changed to a smaller diameter gouge. How come I'm not cutting on center? You didn't raise the damn tool rest.
Yeah, they do a lot of things. I see them. I keep saying, "You're scraping." He says, "No, I got a gouge." Yeah, but you're scraping with it.
Oh, you'll see it
Yeah,
on the
sometimes.
YouTube, with people turning on YouTube, and it'd be like, oh, and they'll openly say, yeah, I don't know why I'm not getting a good cut anymore.
Okay, good
Well,
night, sweetie.
one,
I love
you
you.
weren't getting a good cut to begin with. Now you're just getting a worse cut.
Getting sawdust because you're shaving.
Yeah.
Getting wood chips because you're cutting.
Yeah. I see Mr. Hampton joined us tonight. How you doing, Scott?
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Ah,
I'm doing all right. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. You've been AWOL for a while.
Good.
Busy.
Busy. On a
Yeah.
Wednesday night?
Yeah.
Well, do tell.
Wait. What I hear you say? What are Yuns doing?
What?
What?
Don't be picking on
You
my.
said what are Yuns doing? Dane, you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I understand it.
Did Scott just say that?
No.
It's not.
He said, "What are Yuns doing?"
No. I said, how are you doing?
Uh,
What are you all
well,
doing?
you know what? Yeah, no, I'm only goofing. I'm only goofing with you.
Well,
That
stop it.
that's a slang thing. That's a slang thing. Up in the Pittsburgh, south, west, north, north.
Southeast,
West North.
Southeast Ohio.
right in the
Yeah,
center,
North
huh?
North,
no,
northwest PA.
and the thing is, we say, "What are yous doing?" And you just said that, and you just shocked me.
No, I don't. I think I
Yeah,
said,
no,
how are you
you said
all
Jens.
doing?
No,
How
you
you
said
all?
Jens. You said Jens.
No,
Anyway,
you said, "What are yous doing?"
no, I was at a concert last week, and I was watching the ball game the week before. That's where I've been.
That's funny. That's funny. Okay. That's funny.
So I've been busy.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you go watch?
A friend of mine took me to see Dwight Yoakam.
Taylor Swift?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, my friend Taylor, she took me to see Dwight Yoakam at the county fair.
Oh, Taylor Swift took you to see Dwight. Okay.
Yeah, he's touring right now. He's from here, so whenever he's in the area, I like to go see him. That's where he got his Bakersfield sound from here, as he calls it. But that's all I've been doing. Oh, and
Okay.
well, I've been busy getting stuff ready for the craft fairs too, so that's been occupying my time, which I got to start doing again tomorrow. I took today off.
A little bit of rest and relaxation today.
A little bit, yeah. Nothing exciting.
Nothing exciting.
I haven't been doing anything exciting either. My knee doesn't let me. Every time I think I'm going to do something, my knee sends me back to the couch.
Yeah,
I
your knee
keep
says,
working on
"Oh,
it, but it's not getting
knee
any
says,
better.
slow down, hero. Slow down, hero. Get back to the couch. Only tool you're going to handle is the remote control."
I had some company come in last week and I went and pushed it for the day. It was bothering me a little bit. Shit, by 10 o'clock, my looked like I had a football in my pants. My knee was swelled up about 3
Oh
times the
boy.
size it's supposed to be. I spent the next 3 days on the couch with an ice pack
Mercy. You got some
trying to get this.
cartilage breaking
oh,
off.
fun.
I don't know. They x-rayed it, but they never tell you nothing. Said it's severe arthritis. Like I didn't already know that.
Yeah.
Only cost me a couple $100 to hear them say it. So
That makes you feel better when you're paying for it, right?
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, anyway, then I got back out today a little bit, and the car's falling apart. So that took the day. And felt normal.
Right.
It's not really falling apart. It's I didn't. We live right on the coast, and the tide comes in all the time and floods a lot of the roads. And I try to tell everybody not to drive in those salt water, but what they don't realize is when it floods the road and then it dries back out, if we get any
Right.
rain, it's salt water in the rainwater. The salt just
Right.
is in the dirt. And I never paid a lot of attention to it. We got a 2016 model car that I had to junk my daughter-in-law's car, and she says it's pulling to the right. So I took out, and the wheels looked like weren't pointing in the same direction. So I could see that that was a problem. So we pulled it off to look at them. The whole subframe on that car was completely gone. I'm surprised the
Oh
motor
wow.
didn't fall out. I mean, it was
Wow.
junk. There wasn't any place on
Oh,
it I couldn't stick a screwdriver through. Wound up junking the car or parts in it or whatever. But, so now I'm out looking at the other car and make sure it don't do the same thing.
there's probably not much undercoating you can put on them to prevent that if it's salt is
No,
that
you do a little
highly
bit.
concentrated.
Just got to learn not to drive in the water. and go around all you can, even when it's freshwater around when we're right on the coast, because it's gonna have salt in it, you
Right.
know? So, and for the last, probably 6 weeks, the tide has been really high. The whole place is flooded. There, a lot of the roads got water over them and stuff because the tide's so high. I don't know
And
what caused it, but
you're down in Corpus?
north of Corpus, yeah, in Rockport. I'm about 35 miles north of Corpus, right on the coast.
Wow.
I'm like 200 yards from the bay.
Has it always been like that?
No, it seems to be getting worse. It seems that the
Yeah.
tide, it seems to come in, it always happens, the tide comes in and goes out, but it seems like we're getting more and higher. I don't know, different weather pattern this year than a lot of the currents and everything are flowing a different direction and everything else, which is
Yeah.
probably a good thing for us because it turned those two storms to Florida and North Carolina and stuff that looked like they were going to come at us. I don't want another storm. Harvey made a believer out of me. That was a bad storm. That we were right dead center in it. We were ground zero.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had 7 buildings. I had just got done building all my shops and everything, and it took everything. I lost everything except the house. It took
No
all the
kidding.
sheds and the barns. I had 6 buildings, 7 counting the house, but the house stood, but everything else went to the ground. That's what I tell everybody when I left here, when they had a mandatory evacuation. And when I left here, the barn was in the boat, or the boat was in the barn. When I come home, the barn was in the boat. Everything. It was a mess. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable what a mess. I lost like probably 15 oak trees that were in excess of 3 foot in diameter, and at the trunk, great big ones, and I lost a bunch of them. And altogether, I lost like 40 trees, and
Wow.
but lost all the buildings. I had the lathe, that big Powermatic lathe of mine was in a portable building that was strapped down, and it just picked the whole building up. And the lathe weighs like almost 800 pounds,
Right.
and it was laying probably 100 feet from the shop in a ditch. It picked up the building was all strapped together with metal straps to make it hurricane proof. So when I picked it up, it took the floor and everything, and it went flying.
Hmm.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Did the
It
trees
was
just
crazy.
break, or did the trees get uprooted?
Uprooted them, yeah.
Oh,
They
wow.
uprooted them. They were live oak trees, and the ground got real saturated. And it looked to me, and I'm sure it looked like a tornado cut kitty corner right across my property. And everything that it hit, it took out. On 50 feet from it, there was very little damage. The neighbor in the next lot over, which is 125 feet from my house, it had a little pop-up camper, one of those with the canvas tops on it,
Right.
with the pop-outs on it,
Yeah.
sitting over there all set up, and it didn't even get a scratch on it.
The tent, like the tent
Crazy.
camper.
It just come right straight through the corner. When it hit,
Wow.
it took down everything. And the power and everything was out for so long. We didn't have any power for like 2 or 3 weeks, and we didn't have any water for 2 or 3 weeks either. That was a joy. We had bottled water. Fortunately, my
Yeah.
neighbor had a swimming pool, which gave us a water source to flush the toilets.
Right.
But it was a mess. We don't need that again.
No. Yeah.
Once a lifetime's all you want to see that. I think it peak wind gust was like 165 miles an hour. And there was most of the whole town was gone. It took just about. It devastated this town. It
Right.
still got stuff coming back. But you know what was really strange about it? I thought for sure when I came back here, I figured the property values would drop. They went absolutely insane.
Really.
Investors decided time to come and buy, I guess, and they come in and they were buying lots for 4 or 5 times what they were worth.
Wow.
You
Hmm.
know? I bought these lots for $4,500 a piece. I got 4 of them, and now they're selling for 60, 70,000 for an empty lot.
Right.
You know, and they're not that big. They're 50 by 100 feet, 150 feet. Crazy. But the whole town is all built up with big fancy houses. And lots of money came into town because it's right on the bay. It's a resort town.
Right.
Yeah,
Dane, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you,
I
Mark.
can.
See if you got a couple pictures.
Refresh my email. No, nothing yet.
I heard it go whoosh.
No, I don't have anything in email,
All right.
and I don't have anything in text messages.
Okay. Let me just
Oh,
go ahead.
there's
Go ahead with it. Go ahead with the meeting. I'm struggling
something.
here.
Hold on, something looks like something just came through on email. Hold on. Got 2 attachments. So let me bring those up. Screen share. All right, Mark.
Did you
It's
get that?
up.
Yep. So you've got the bowl on the lathe.
Yeah. Did you have 2 pictures?
I only brought the one picture up, but yeah, there's 2 pictures. Yep.
Okay, we'll bring both of them up because it's an educational. Those 2 pictures are educational.
Well, I can only show one at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
so the
right.
first one is we're looking
Okay,
at
first one is a Leland cypress,
okay.
and it's right down the pith, and it's end grain. Does everybody see that?
Yeah, you can see it's
Yeah.
grain.
Yeah, that one's end grain. Now, if you go back to the other one, you bring it up. The
Okay.
other picture, it's side grain.
So go to that.
I see Cade.
And then, hold on a minute. Bringing it up. Screen share. Share. And that one bigger.
Okay,
So the other
now,
one's side grain. Okay.
now, that's 2 different cuts right there next to each other out of the trunk of a Leland cypress. So this one that's up there now, right, is side
Yep.
grain, right? So everybody sees side grain,
Right.
right? And personally, I really don't like side grade turnip, right? Because everybody sees it at the shows. But when you go back to that previous picture that was end grain, right, you can get 4 times more for an end grain bowl, right? Because nobody sees the grain. Nobody does it end grain. So that bowl, the end grain, the side grain bowl, I got $350 for. And the end grain ball, same, the next cut out of the tree, because it was an end grain right down the pith. It showed everything and got that beautiful wavy. Maybe I sold that for 950.
No kidding.
It's the same 4 hours work.
Damn,
Wow.
it's crazy.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna go on down. You guys go ahead and talk, and I'll see if I'll find these pictures of um, a whalebone bowl. Okay, the crotch that he had, that he was showing as a perfect candidate for a whalebone bowl, but nobody cuts parallel to the trunk on a fork. They always cut across the fork to get the feather fans. But feather fans are nice, but they're common. But nobody turns a whalebone bowl because they don't know how to do it. And it comes out to very simple technology. If you cut a tree trunk straight across, you get concentric circles. But what happens if you cut that tree trunk on the bias? You get ovals on the growth rings. So when you've got two branches, just think of the letter Y. If you got two branches on that fork, they are coming into the main trunk on the bias, aren't they? So if you parallel the trunk, then the branch gets cut on the bias. And if you take a short side from the bifurcation in the middle, where the two of them join in the middle, right? Then that short side can be the bottom. If you made a wider side, that can be the top of the bowl. And then in the very center of the bowl is the bifurcation where the branch joins the main trunk at an angle. So what you get is the parabolic pattern in the bottom of the bowl. It's very unusual because nobody does it. But I get 3 or 4 times for every one I do the amount of money for the same amount of work. But they just
Huh.
don't know how to cut the wood. So let me go back.
Yeah, try
Uh,
to find that one. That's
I'll find those,
interesting.
right? And then all right. Just go ahead with the meeting.
Yeah, okay.
And just excuse me, guys, for being not super computer savvy or anything.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
Okay.
they
us.
put up with me, Mark.
What?
Said they put up with me and I can't even turn it on.
Hey, let me go find some of this other stuff here. God,
All right.
I got like 5,000 pictures on this damn phone. It's crazy. All right, let me go find it.
All right. Whew. Man, it was 80 degrees today, and now it's like 45, 50 degrees out.
Yeah. And I think that piece Mark's talking about is kind of like that piece that got showed last week that he made like a flower in a bowl with it. Remember that? I don't
Yeah,
remember who
kind of.
did it. I don't remember who did it, but it was really fancy. It looks like it's pretty much the
That,
same
wasn't
idea as
that
what he's
Dewey?
talking about. It's
Wasn't that Dewey did that?
I don't remember who it was, but it was really nice.
Howard Johnson?
Uh, maybe he usually comes up with something that catches your attention.
Yeah, he does. That he does.
Yeah, he sure does.
Where's Joaquin at tonight? You know, Terry?
No, I don't know. I haven't heard from him in a few days. He demoed at our meeting last weekend, but I haven't talked to him too much since then. I thought he would be on. He usually likes to show what he demoed.
Yeah.
He, he made the little lanterns, but he made them a little different than everybody else does. He uses 6 holes instead of 4, a little smaller, and they look pretty nice. And then he puts a little ball at the top, and he uses like 14 gauge copper wire and wraps it around a half inch or 5/8 bolt or pin, and makes the bail for the top like a lantern
Right.
used to have instead of just a hook on it. It was pretty
Yeah.
neat. He's always
Yeah, they look
interesting to
good.
watch.
Yeah, they look good what he posted on the group page.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell
I
he's made a
always,
few of them.
he makes a lot of, he's got a shop that does pretty good at it. He sells a lot of stuff at it, and I don't think their percentage is quite as high as the rest of them, and he manages to sell 30 and 40 and $50 pieces,
Yeah,
which a lot of people, a shop, that's hard to do, you know,
sure.
because they're going to take 35-40%. And if you mark it up till you get the $40 you need, probably not
You
going
ain't
to
gonna sell
sell.
anything. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
I don't even hardly ever try to sell anything. I got pieces down at the art center down here, but I haven't sold anything recently. I've sold like 6 of those pedestal bowls that I made, the big ones,
Yeah.
but all the ones I sold were mesquite ones. I made a bunch out of ash and I made some out of pecan. Haven't sold any of them. The only ones I sold was the mesquite ones.
Yeah.
Just the wood is more interesting, I
Got
guess.
more characteristic in the mesquite than the ash. And,
Yeah. Yeah. That's all right. I got a lot of family, but they never come to see me. When they do, they take home a carload. They need to take home more.
right.
They have shows, you know, like I say, it's a resort town. They have something going on almost every weekend, but it's always outside with little pop-up tents and stuff. And the weather down here is just not that predictable. And to go through all that and have a 50-mile-an-hour wind blow in or a big heavy storm blow in for a couple hours, and you know, it just wipes out the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I've seen it. They put up tents and it comes and knocks down the tents and tears up all of them. They keep a dumpster down at the beach to put those fold up canopy things in.
Okay, I sent them, Dane.
All right. Let me go back here.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do it straight.
Find it.
Yeah.
Something's happening.
Okay, we got the first picture up, Mark.
Okay. Let me go back to the meeting. See if I can find where my meeting was. Oh, okay. There's a whalebone bowl. You see how you got the parabolic curves going across the bottom?
Yep.
So nobody sees that pattern, right? It becomes very unusual. And that's nothing more than that crotch, that limb coming into the side of the trunk. And right where that joins, the bifurcation section where that joins, that's the way you get that parabolic or that oval, is where that limb is joining at a bias.
Yeah.
And it just people look at those things that I make and they say, oh my God, I've never seen anything like that. And they buy it.
You can see a prehistoric drawing of a moose that bred with an anteater.
Nice
And
fish.
the other picture, right,
Other pictures. Let's see if I can
came through, I sent two.
pick that
So
up.
that, now that was just some, a curly ambrosia. Now that's side grain. But because of the curl, you know, it becomes very, very unusual.
Yeah, it is. For
You know.
sure.
But I'm gonna go, all right, go ahead with your meeting and I'll go,
Okay.
I'm sort of getting the hang of this,
Getting the
right?
hang of it.
All right. And I'll go back and I'll pull up some other things here. But
All right.
once you start to study, you know, how wood forms and what patterns are in the wood at different places in the wood and how you cut it and how you present it, it starts to become a little bit more, it's more fun for me than just turning plain wood.
Yeah.
I've got a piece out there, it's sanded, but it's not polished. I've got an urn that I have to deliver Saturday. It's got bird's eyes. It's got spalting. I mean, it's just got chatoyant streaks. It's got everything. But you know, it's wild. All right, let me go back here and I'll come up with a couple more pictures. If you guys are interested in some of this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But all right, go on with the meeting. I'm gonna
Always, Mark.
what?
Yeah.
Always willing to see your pictures.
Right.
Well, what I'm saying is it gives you maybe some new ideas, and there's pieces of wood that you've been throwing away that you can get 4 and 5 times the amount of money for. Because you have to have things that are different at a show, and people who are real collectors, right? They want something that's totally unique. And they'll pay for it because it's unique. Anyway, let me go with my search.
What happened? You got no picture.
Yeah.
I love that urn, Dane. It's really come out nice.
There we go.
Oh, thank you,
Okay,
Terry.
I'm back. All right, let me
I
go to
quit
my
making them because every time I make one, I wind up needing it.
Yeah.
photo. Okay.
That's not
Yeah,
good.
this one's for my daughter and son-in-law for their cat that died.
Oh,
And so they got several cats. So I told them I was just going to make one big enough that they can just add to it if they wanted to.
well, unfortunately, that's not what they used mine for.
Right? Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
No. Probably won't have to make many more. Don't have any friends left.
Ah,
They're all gone. Getting old's not good all the time.
no, it's not.
Had another family death over the weekend. Sucks. Not good.
They never stop happening. Seems like
Nope.
with someone.
No. We all know that's going to happen. Just don't know when.
Right? Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but King never got on tonight. I don't know what happened to him. Hope he's all right. He's from what 7 or 8 years older than I am.
He's 84 now.
Yeah, I think so, something like that. It's almost 10 years older than I am. I'm only 70, I'll be 75 in a couple months.
Yeah, he might have had a full day in turning today and
Yeah,
might
he
have got
keeps busy.
might have got
He
the
keeps
better
busy.
of
You
it.
never know what he's going to do. He gets involved with several different clubs, pretty good distance away, and goes and does demos and different things. He's pretty
Yeah.
active. Yeah.
It looks like he's playing on Facebook Messenger right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does
Could have
something
did
with the
like what I
church.
did and forget what day of the week it was.
Yeah. No, he does. He has a big thing with the church on Wednesday night. That's why he
Sure.
usually gets on like at a quarter after 8. That's when he
Yeah.
gets done with that. He gets, I guess it's over at 8, and he gets home about a quarter after usually. But it don't look like he made it this week. It's getting closer to Christmas, and there's all kinds of activities going on, and people getting ready for activities and
Right.
different things. So,
Yeah, we did a day
anyway,
trip over to Las Cruces, New Mexico yesterday to get a big double-ended chimenea for my daughter for Christmas presents.
yeah,
So we hit the road, got up at 3, hit the road at 4, got there about 10.
yeah,
Tina sitting there
yeah.
looking
We haven't
around,
made any.
had to do some, so she did her looking at the place, this pottery place down there.
Oh,
Finally decided on which one she wanted to get. And then when we got there, the shop owner, he had the neon light on. Looks like he said it was open, all night long, but he had the place locked up tighter than a bull's ass in fly time. And so I waited a few minutes till after, the opening time. So then I called the number. The first time it went straight to voicemail or to the answering machine. Gave it a few more minutes, called back again. And the guy picks up and I go, "Hey, you guys open today?" And he's like, "Yeah, we're open." And I'm like, "Well, everything's locked up right now." He's like, "No, no, it's we're open." And I'm like, "No, you're not." I go, "I'm sitting right outside the gate to get into the compound, and it's locked." I go, "You can't get in. There ain't nobody here." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm running." And he's got, he's Mexican. He's, sounds like he just learned English a couple years ago. And he says, he goes, "I'm running behind. Don't go anywhere. I'll be there in about 20, 30 minutes." And I'm like, "Oh, for God's sakes, of course we drove down, specifically to go there because I know that they have nice chimneys. I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll be waiting on you." Yeah, so I see him pull in, he comes down. "Oh, I'm so sorry, sir." And, I had stuff going on this morning and I didn't, normally people don't start coming until about 12 o'clock, so I thought I'd, skate off this morning. Like, "No worries, man. It's all good." So, and he said if we bought one thing, the next item, uh, you know, obviously lesser cost would be half the price. And so Tina looked around for a flower pot. So she got this big ass pot, probably 22 inches in diameter. Not to mention the fact the prices are, God, they got to be a third, 25 to 30% less than what they are up here in Tucson. So you got this big chimney for $140, double opening. Up here it'd be about 350, and then her flower pots that she likes getting, the crazy Mexican um, embellishments that they do on them. The one she got, she said, which was similar to another one that she'd bought up here. And she goes, "I paid like $200 for that thing up here, and it was $85 regular price, so $42, half off." Like, all right, well, while we're here, is there anything else that strikes your fancy? So she got a couple other things, and he gave her 50% off on those as well. Like, all right, we got to go. I know I got a big bed in the truck. I go, we don't need to fill it up.
Yeah.
So drive back up. I was kind of tuckered out last night. Back this morning when I got up, I took care of the cats, and I was so tired how I just went back to bed, slept in till about 10.
Yeah. I went to a Mexican. They built the antiques. They made them. They were Mexican made, but they really were good quality. They looked like they were
Yeah,
good antiques, and they were cheap. That was in Santa Fe, I think.
yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
was one of our favorite vacation spots was New Mexico. Usually pushed it up to Taos and Red
yeah.
River and stuff up there.
Right.
Loved it
Yeah,
up there.
Taos is pretty cool. I haven't
And
gone. I
Cloudcroft
haven't
too.
been to Santa Fe in forever, probably 20 years now.
Yeah.
Guess we're gonna go
Cloudcroft
back.
is
We're
really
gonna go
nice too, but it's pretty isolated.
where?
Cloudcroft, you ever been there?
Oh, okay, I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, that's it's really nice. It's way up in the mountains. It's probably I don't know 100 miles south of Santa Fe,
Oh, okay.
somewhere in there. And but it's nice, but there's not a lot there. It's a big ski resort. We go in the summer, and there's the motels are a couple of mom and pop places that are not much. The ones that are running in the summer, in the winter they open up some other stuff. But,
Right.
Red River was pretty fancy. Have you ever been up there?
No.
No, that's a nice place to go. It's a
Yeah.
real big resort town, and it's a lot of really fancy stuff. That's the first place I ever got any idea what a lodgepole pine was. There's
Uh,
a big lodge there in Red River, and those pine trees are built. That's what they built the lodge out of, and they're in the main floor. Those things are 20
huge.
inches around the bottom and freaking 80, 90 feet tall, straight as an
Right.
arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, really
Yeah, they're
fancy
pretty
looking.
massive. Seen pictures of them, and plus I've seen what they've done with the
Yeah,
cabins that they built out of them.
the first time I saw them was in Taos. There's a there's a lot of trails up there. We were walking on the trails and walk
Yeah.
up to them, and you can't even see the top of them.
No, you can't.
They're pretty big. So, well, I think I'm about ready to call it a day. Was
Yeah,
just you
I
and me
know.
left on, Mark?
All
Yeah.
right, Terry.
Hey, Dane,
Yeah.
I got about 5,000 photos. What I'll do is I'll go through and set up some examples, and
Okay.
when we get back together again, uh, maybe I can do a little
Yes.
a drawing on a piece of paper to show how to cut the wood to get some of these effects, and
Yeah, that would be great.
uh,
It would
and
be.
then we can have some examples of that. And because a lot of guys are throwing away stuff because they don't see the possibilities, or they
Right.
don't know what's in the wood.
Right.
And some of the prettiest stuff you'll ever make is out of the weirdest wood. And just like the wood that was shown here tonight, that you guys came up with, asking how to do this and that. Well, there's a lot of possibilities. And you
Sure.
can do stuff very simple, and you can turn it around and put it into a lot of money, because
Right.
the people that buy art are very discerning. So you can't have any scratches on the wood.
Yeah.
And if you have something unusual, right? If you go to the craft show, you can sell ordinary stuff. If you go to an art show, you've got to have outstanding stuff. It can be
Sure.
very simple. you can sell a bottle stopper for $18.69, you know, or you can do it. I can sell some bottle stoppers for $165. Because what I do is I put little tiny lidded boxes on the top, things like that.
Right.
You just think, you know, and you don't have to have big wood, you know, you just have to have unique wood.
Yeah. And it's
I
got to be
think that would be
finished
a great idea, Mark, if you were to show it during a meeting when everybody's on and stuff. That'd be really fantastic. The different layout of the wood and different how to cut your piece and how to start it and show it. I think it'd be a great.
Right.
Yeah, I think so too.
We
Well,
always
you know,
appreciate you anyway, Mark. It's good to see you back.
and here's another thing, guys, right? Anybody is welcome to call me up at any time, and I can always go out to the shop and I can put my iPhone on the lathe if they want to have help with any specific thing or they want to see some of my specialty tools or, you know, whatever.
Right.
And I'll be happy to help them because I'm around here. I can't drive, so pretty much either in the lazy boy or in front of the lathe. That's about it.
I can drive if I can keep the car running.
But anyway, thank you guys for allowing me to share because
Absolutely.
I want other people to be able to pass on some of the things that I've learned after I'm gone.
Right.
So,
Well, we
all right,
always
well, guys,
appreciate you.
just be safe and stay healthy. And let me see if I'll do another picture sometime. But
Okay,
Okay.
take care, Mark.
all
Thank
right,
you,
so
Mark. Good night.
save all your weird wood.
Indeed.
Thanks, Mark.
Slacker
All
stack,
right,
that's what I say.
thank you all. And I might learn how to use this damn phone.
Yeah, we'll get you trained up on it.
Thanks.
Good night now.
All right, good night.
Night.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark,
What did we just see Dane pop up with?
You what?
I see we flashed up. Dane popped up with something.
Oh no,
Oh,
not me. Not it.
oh, I don't mean Cade. I'm trying to say, got the wrong
Yeah.
words.
Yeah,
Cade
Cade came
popped
up
up
on
with
my
something in the
phone
shop.
too.
Pardon? Sorry?
There
There he is.
he is.
buddy, have any ideas on what to turn with this?
Oh, that's
Turn
gorgeous.
that.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
It's a root ball. It's nice
Yeah,
and dry.
that would have quite
Uh,
some figure in that guy. It could
Yeah.
be burly, it could be swirly, it could be figured, it could be eyed, it could be all the
And,
above.
and it could have stones in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could have stones, could have bullets, could have all kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah, it might be fun to turn though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'd still turn it.
I'd turn it.
Oh yeah, it'd be a challenge.
But
I
I'm
don't
just
know
trying
how,
to
but
figure out
I'd try it.
what would be the best.
You could get a couple things out of that. Sometimes people get a huge piece of wood and they think they have to use the whole huge piece
Whole
of wood.
thing.
Sometimes it's better to bit and piece it apart and get multiple pieces out of the wood. Looks like a little cougar or a cat head right there, the way you were holding it.
You got lots of options with that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Kinds of stuff with that.
I was,
I'd
thinking
almost
cutting it across here, but I don't know.
There wouldn't have been much choice.
I'd cut it the long way And I'd make
Like
two
what?
I'd make two tea lights out of that. No, vertically. Cut it, slice it, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
the other
Other way.
vertical.
90
So
degrees.
The other vertical.
There you
horizontally.
go.
Yeah, I cut it
But
that
come
way
down
too and get,
from the top to the
Come down
bottom.
from the top.
From the
Where
top.
that hole is at? Where that hole is at on top?
No, come
Going
straight
on.
down from the top, go down to the bottom.
Right down here.
No, 90
The other
degrees from
direction.
that.
The other
Across
direction.
here.
There you
But from the
go.
top, where your finger was at.
There
There
you
you go.
go. There you go. Down
yeah,
that
that
way.
way.
That gives you the biggest surface area.
And you get two
You get two of them out of there.
of the biggest possibilities out of there.
Right through
picked-
there. Cut that in half.
I picked most the loose, all the dirt and stuff out of it. So it's
Oh,
pretty
you didn't
much
get it.
solid, huh?
Oh, you didn't get it all because as it was growing, it was just encapsulating it.
But
Oh yeah, I know.
those weird tea lights like that, you can get $75 to $100 for. So that piece of wood is pretty valuable. It would be to me.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, me too.
I do two live edge bowls or sculptural bowls out of it.
Yes, two little bowls.
Artistic style gallery sculptural bowls, not functional.
Right.
Yeah, I looked at that too, was making a couple bowls out of it, and kind of making them live edge. So I don't know. I'll think of something sooner or later. Until then, it'll just sit on the shelf.
There you
I got a
go.
bunch of those. I pick them up and look at them a lot.
Yeah, they're fun to look at. My wife, she looks at it and she says, "Can't you just put something on it and just leave it the way it is?" I said, "Yeah, probably could,
Yeah, you could do sculptural.
but I'm not going to do it." But
Well,
she had,
that way you haven't heard it though.
right.
You can always come and change your mind. You haven't never heard it if you don't do anything to it.
I can always go back and cut it later.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I'll probably end up cutting it, but I like how this root kind of grew around right
Yeah.
through here.
Yeah,
Yeah. That would
it's
be
neat.
cool.
It's really neat. Gorgeous.
Kind of looks like a snake.
Wrapping around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be.
Well, it didn't bite me, so. But anyway, I just thought I'd
I like it.
see if anybody, what your ideas were on that, so. I'll probably ask you again in a month.
Alrighty.
Thank
Well,
you.
guys,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it a night. We'll see you next week. Take care.
All right.
Night.
All right.
I'm gonna head in too. I'll see you guys all next week.
Okay.
Take care.
Yeah, see you, Scott. See you later.
I've been watching yous, but my wife had that surgery today and she can't look down, so I had to take care of the dogs and stuff. So I don't want her to mess up that surgery she had.
Yeah, for sure.
You have cataract surgery or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cataract surgery. This is her second eye. And the first one, she had a bad stigmatism in it, so it cost me an extra $600 and he took that out. And in this eye that she had a little glaucoma in it and he took that out. He didn't charge me for it, so pretty nice guy.
It's important to be able to see for sure.
Yep. Yeah, and then I gotta go take her back Monday and check her again, and probably another 2 weeks after that, and then by then she should be, I can take that seeing eye dog back.
Where'd Dane go?
I don't
I
know.
don't see him on either one.
No, I don't either.
So you
He
think
already
everybody was
left to
ready to
take care of the cat. He's probably going to
take
get
a
something to
turn?
eat.
You should have done the cats already.
Yep. Roger, I enjoyed your demo tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a
That's
good
good.
Roger.
And I appreciated the fact that you turned through the side and then fixed it. Now
I
I've got,
patched it. It's not a fix.
well, I've got a couple of holoforms that I went through the side that are on my wall of shame that I may go out and pull back and see if I can't do something with them.
So what do I need to do different in my demo besides talk more?
Um,
I don't know if you really need to do anything different.
anything different. They did good.
Yeah, I thought so.
All right.
I thought it was very good.
There he is. Now he reappeared.
Yep, had to get something to eat.
Ah, that's what I figured.
I made tacos today this afternoon. I'm like, fuck, I need to go eat them before they're all gone.
You don't need to eat. That's just a
It's a waste of good money.
yeah. Just drink more
Waste
beer
of
and then you
money.
don't need to eat.
Right? Got all 4 food groups right there, right?
That's right.
Of course, that's my taco. More like a giant burrito. Gonna be messy.
So Dane, did you get that picture of that piece of elm last week?
Refresh my memory.
You were going to tell me how I should cut this log up so I could.
Oh, the piece of elm. Yeah, you sent it to me.
Oh yeah, I did, and I forgot to tell you, didn't I?
And I didn't look at it long enough
Shit.
to really tell you.
Sorry.
Dane,
Yeah,
that sounds like an age thing. Wait till you get my age.
Oh man.
We don't have to get to your age, Gary. We already got that problem.
Yeah, we've got that down already.
Only problem is at y'all's age, it only gets worse from there.
Right. Oh, and you know what, Roger? I'll do one better. I'll send it to Mark and get his opinion.
I gotta find it again. I don't remember where you sent it, Dane.
Oh, there.
I don't know if you emailed it. You didn't send it to me in chat, so you must have emailed it to me.
think I texted it to you.
Oh, maybe. Yep, that's what you did.
It got rained on today.
That ain't gonna hurt it any.
No,
I did.
Yeah.
Thank God we need it.
We're getting it. I'm getting it right now. Can hear it outside right now.
it's done here, but
We're supposed to get that other 4-letter word by next
we're
weekend.
supposed to get that in 2 weeks or next
Next
week or
weekend,
something.
they're saying for us. Week from Friday. Just in time for me to sit in it for deer season.
Right.
Well, deer
Remember
season.
sitting out 80-degree weather for deer season. And the next year it was like a blizzard.
I think I cut that right down the middle. Right down through the middle of that big branch, Roger.
That's what I was thinking too.
You could actually get probably four good sized bowls out of that piece, depending on. I can't exactly tell how big around it is.